Um, what happens is you personally have gone through such a growth period, and those of you who are tuning in to your psychic abilities now, who are very intuitive, we're using those senses that animals have. Animals, it's easier to look at animals with this, as animals are aware of their senses. They don't watch social media, they don't, they don't cling to it, they don't, but they know what's going on. They know what's going on. They're sensing what's happening in their environment. And what happens is when we become very intuitive, like the work personally that you've been doing and those here in this group, that we've all become very psychically in tune, you're all becoming really sensitive. So it means that you're connecting almost like to that frequency, the band waves that are out there of emotions and feelings. And it can be really unsettling. It can really, put us off balance. And whatever we thought we knew in the beginning, when we're looking at being intuitive and working on psychic abilities, we're like so excited. And I know you personally, and it's like on the freeway and zooming backwards and forwards, it's like the adverts that we have of certain organizations that do the internet, and you see these adverts and like Usain Bolt and that and get excited and you're picking up all this information. But emotionally, our senses have become overloaded. It's like as if we're so tuned in. It's like it can make us feel physically sick. I personally picked up the phone this morning and I was going to put something on Instagram. I was like, I just feel personally really sick at the moment. I feel overloaded, as if I've got a hangover and I couldn't do it. And I was like, I don't want to create something for the sake of it. It's like, because it has energy in it as well. It have energy in that Instagram post that, it won't be the true self. It'd be like, oh, I was just trying to get numbers or followers. That's not what it's about. It's about literally tuning into our inner selves, our inners, they just said, and going what feels right for us at any given time. And yes, you're correct. There's a lot going on the planet right now that, what the stories that we're hearing, the people that we know, are how they're being treated on the planet. And it doesn't feel comfortable for us to watch it. And it shouldn't be happening. And it's like as if there's this other undertone of, I'm going to say, evil that's been playing out in the world, and sometimes has the upper hand. And it's like, where do we go from this? It's like, how do we protect our space, and then also what we don't like? And around the world, there are many at the moment. I've got quite a few clients coming to me that, before we had the situation, before we was working from home, because we had to work from home, now some companies have moved across to different states and parts of the world, and now they're asking the employees to come back to work. But they've moved their organization to other parts of the world. It's like, what do? Their jobs change, their lifestyle changes. This year is really the transformation of the snake. It really is this vulnerability that we're all going to be feeling right now of where do we stand in the world? What's our position? What are our beliefs? How, do we feel safe? If we fear possibly what may be to come because we can't see it and we're quite fearful. But I feel that's the undertone and current that's trying to make us feel fearful. I personally feel that this is being sent out as a frequency to make the planet feel fearful, to make us think that we need others to manage us, to lead us, to control us. When I listen to my guides and the conversation they're having with us, it feels like we have to come back to ourselves. We've got to be, what feels right for ourselves. If we don't want to put stuff on, I know it seems superficial, on Instagram about a story, or we don't want to do something, don't do it. If it's easy for me being self-employed to say, if I want to take the day off, I took the day off. I was like, I'm having a Sunday today, even though it's a Monday. I don't want to work. I'm lucky I had that choice. If I don't work, I don't get paid. But it was like, I can't work today. I just have to, I have to look at what I need right now. And I think that's what we're going to have more of on this planet, that things are going to change. There's going to be a massive shift. And this year is going to feel extremely uncomfortable. We are going to be working in a different way. And that's what's happening on this planet at the moment. It's like the 3D world that we live in and the 9-to-5 jobs, they don't exist anymore. They are changing. And it feels uncomfortable for some people. Some people want to be led that way. Some people don't. It's just, what do you want? It's how you want to live your existence. It's looking at how you want to live your life. And you create it. It's living with that. Yeah, we got to pay our bills. I understand that, but it's like we got to look at how we want to live life and what we want to absorb. Switching off, media or whether it's social media or whatever. It's switch off what you want when you want it, and just to be in your space. It's to feel comfortable in your space right now. That's the most important thing, is to look at what you physically need for your physical body and emotional state and energy state. It's really, really important that you've got to look at what you need right now and not about anybody else, and creating what you want to put out into the world. Because this is what's happening right now. We're all having this with all of us. What are we sending out into the world? Because we're part of it too. And literally, they just said to me that if we can manage our own fear or look at it and disperse it, then that helps the energy on the planet too. We're all part of that energy that's being sent out, broadcasted. We become part of the fear energy that's like the magnet that connects to each other. So it's about watching how we are feeling. It's just finding our own personal balance right now. And then we have that ripple effect out into the universe and to the rest of the planet. If we can manage ourselves, the energy should be a little bit different. It's whatever comes to the surface right now is to look at how it's affecting you. So it's not like, so if we have difficulty with, say for instance, if we have a difficulty with a person, it's not necessarily we have to sort that person out. It's about looking at the effect of how it's affecting us right now. That's all we can manage, and that's what we can do, and that's all we can change, is looking at how is it affecting me right now, and changing that, and looking at that, and dealing with that, rather than us over analyzing or overthinking about why that person's doing something to us or why this is happening. We can't change that other person. I can't go into that person and change how they're thinking about me or what's happening. I can only look at how it's affecting me. And then I've got to look at it and go, does it really affect me anymore? Not really. Do I want to engage with that part, that magnet that's coming towards me? Do I want to? I think I'm going to disengage with it. And the power's in disengaging with it. That's where the power holds. It's like, yeah, no, I don't want to engage in it anymore. I don't need to engage in it. And this is part of the energy what they're talking about on the planet. It's like what are we engaging with? Our energy. We're going to look at our energy and how we're engaging with other energies around us.